Okay, so sorry about that. So like I was trying to explain, we wanted to call the name of the data sets so that we can see the two features that we have, extracted from the main data and then stored in the new data object. So we have an error here which says what data is not defined, and that is from the name of our object. So you can see that. So with this, I've been able to assemble the two different feature. So in fact, I think if I want to name this more professional, I'll simply say this is a sub of what custom. So I can just say because we actually extracted it from the custom. So I can say sub underscore custom, and then I have to call the name sub, right? So this is going to represent our first data. Remember that we are still on data concatenation. We are still on learning how, if we are given two different data sets, how do we join them together to become one that we probably want to analyze? So this is the first one. So let's create the next one. We want to extract the income. We want to extract the income column as a different data set. So I will do that. Let's just add it here. So let me name this one sub2 underscore custom equals to custom as usual, custom. That is from custom. We are selecting just one. We are selecting just one. Now, I believe in that last class, I mentioned where you want to select a header with a single word as the heading. You can actually use dots or you use square bracket. That is, I can do it like this. I can just say dots and then type the name of that header. So if I run it, this is still acceptable. Now, why that dot is possible? Because it's a single word. Now, supposing you want to select, if I may just call the entire data here so that we can see what I'm talking about. Supposing you want to select education level and you have not modified the header. In other words, you have not added the underscore. Let's say that space is still there. You cannot achieve that with the what? The dots. So you fall back to the square. So let me delete this. So like I said, it's just one header, one picture that I am extracting. So for that reason, double square brackets is not required. So, and once you are using square brackets, it must be acknowledged as a string. You have to put it in the string before it can acknowledge it. So we have the two data sets. Let me call the second data set called subcustom2. So if I run it, you see that what I also have my income extracted from the main data. So this is an assumption that this is how the two data sets are given to you as a data analyst. The first one is sub-custom. The second one is sub-custom2 or sub2 custom. Now, how do we now concatenate them? Because that is actually what we are looking at, the function that enables us to join them together horizontally. So the concatenation can be vertically or what? Horizontally. What do I mean? If I have, for example, I have the first data set like this here, and the second one will come under it. That is, this is the first data set. The second one with its own headers will come under it. That is what? Joining them what? Vertically. Then if I have the first one and the second one is coming to continue from where this one stopped horizontally, is a different thing. So I'm going to walk us through how you can join them either vertically or what? Horizontally. So to do that, let's quickly, now that we have our two data sets, ready. So let me just convert this to now let's us join or concatenate the books data. So the syntax for doing this is simply using the concat function. There is a function called concat. That is exactly the emphasis, how you can use it. So the syntax is, in fact, let me say, because of your documentation. So how are we going to achieve this? Using the dot concat is a function. So this is the function we are using, dot what? Concat. So how do we, this dot concat, is actually a function from pandas. A function from pandas. So how do we reference it that, oh, this function is coming from pandas? So the way we are going to do it is that we will call, and I want, like I told you before, concatenation means joining two different data sets to form a new one, which means that I will say, okay, final custom, or final custom, or let me just save it as final data is equals to, now you mentioned the name of the library where the function is coming from, which is the pandas dot the function itself, which is the concat. So concat, please correct the spelling of the concat. There's no E. It's simply just concat. So let me remove it here so that it doesn't confuse us. So being a function, you open the parenthesis bracket. So after that, you have to submit the two data sets that you want to join together, and you are going to select them. Remember, I said something that in data science or data analysis, special sign have their own special word notation to us. So whenever you see me using square brackets, what I'm communicating is that what I am picking, I am selecting. So in as much I'm going to select two different data sets inside this bracket, this concat function bracket, I have to put what? The square bracket inside. So that square bracket meaning that what? I want to select more than one data set. So you will just simply mention their names and separate them with comma. For example, the first one was sub. We just press my tab to call it out, comma. The second one was sub2. Just press my tab to bring it out as well, and then I pick it. Then after that, this is what I was saying. If I run this, let's run this and see the application. I think with that you understand what I'm saying. The two data sets are concatenated. For us to see them, we have to call the what? The object name, which is what? Final data. So if I call it, look at how the two data sets concatenated. So this is actually concatenation based on rows. Based on row. This is not column. So you can see what happened here. And what I will say, we are having a lot of what? Unmatched value. And that is what generated the NaN we are seeing. So we are not disputing that there might not be scenario where you will join your data like this. It depends on how the data has been structured before given to you. So you just have to have the two options. So I'm going to label this because of those of us writing notes, as this is concatenation based on row values. So this is the type of concatenation we just did, based on row. That is why we are having everything what? Maintaining different what? Row. Now, if I want to concatenate based on column, let me take the whole of this, Control C, just to show us how you can concatenate based on column, based on column. So based on column, if I could just paste, so I will just, okay, so based on column, the only difference, in fact, let me use comment to also explain that. So this is concatenation based on column. Concatenation based on column. In other words, we want to join the data sets. We want to join them vertically. That is what the first two headers, that is the name and the age. The income will now be placed beside what? Age. That is exactly how we want it. So for that, you will just add this. The only thing you add is you say as is equals to 1. That is the only thing you are adding to the initial code. And then where are you adding it? Immediately after the selection square bracket, you put a comma. You now say what? As this is equals to 1. So if I run this now, check what happens. So I have exactly the kind of concatenation I actually wanted. Any question, please? Any question? Hope all is clear.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, ma. Go ahead.
Okay. I didn't understand the way you brought in the two data. The first data you brought, do you copy it or you call it again?
Okay, so if I could get your question right, you miss that section where we took our time to first of all generate the data set. What we did is that, let me just take you up. Now, this is the data set. This is the main data set. Now, I told us that if you are working in an organization, there is possibility of them giving you the two data sets separately, where you have to load them in by writing data name equals to pd.read_csv, whatever. But in our own case, I don't want to take us to Excel and start creating two different data sets, and then we start bringing them here before we concatenate them. So what I did is another way of us learning this, because there could also be a scenario where they will ask you from the data set you are given, take this one, store it in a different story. Take the other one, store it, then join them together. So in other words, you are to make a subdata from the main data. So what we did first, the first one is this. I hope you are following. The first one is this. So what I did here is
Yes, sir.
that I brought this particular name as a new name because I want to store whatever I'm taking from the main data in a different place. That is why I call it what? Sub custom, in order to remind me that, oh, this is a sub data. This is a data that was extracted from the main data. And then this custom in the name is the name of the main data. So we are saying that from the main data, because we are selecting more than one field or field name, we now said, okay, we now next square bracket inside another square bracket. I mentioned the two columns we want to take with a string and use comma to separate them. Then call the name of this object, and that is how we got this. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then the second one is this. This is where we now call only the income and then store it as what? Sub2. Then finally, this is where we now connected to the main function, which is concatenation. Now, those two different data sets. So we are assuming that they gave us those data sets separately. And as a data analyst, our analysis is not complete until we join them. So that is what we did now. So what I did here is to create a different new object and then reference the pandas where we are being offered the function concat, and then supply the two data sets without as-is. That is, we want to join them based on row. And then I said this joining or this concatenation generated what? NaN, which means that what? It doesn't match. So I now also explain another way you can concatenate using by just adding as is equals to 1, and then it will now concatenate them based on column. That is what, place them side by side, and that is exactly the kind of concatenation we want. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, so Mr. Joseph, I believe you are okay. So, can I hear from Mr. Joseph? Mr. Joseph, hope you are okay with the explanation.
Yes, please.
All right. So now let's quickly look at, we are still under data selection. What we are learning is that we are learning how to filter data and how to select. So we have not really gotten to, there is a thin line that, can actually differentiate selection and filter. Okay, when we talk about filter, we'll be picking the same thing here now. Though we cannot say this is filtering, this is selection. Or we can as well say, okay, still under that topic. So let's quickly look at the next topic, which is what? Data addition. Data addition. So here, that same thing that we achieved with concats.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
And which
Yes,
is
sir. Yeah, my second data extraction is not working well, but when I put the double the bracket and do it is not going through. But you explain because it's one you can use dots. So but when I use the dots, can I share my screen? Hello, sir.
okay, so can you
Can I share my?
Yes, that's what I want.
Okay.
I want to enable you so that
Okay.
please just quickly share your screen. Let's see.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah. So, but when I, here, if I do it the other way, it wasn't running. So I now try this one. Look at what it's giving me.
Is there any error here? I can't see any error. Okay, you are still trying to run it.
No. I've run this one. So, but if I do it the way, the other way around, it's not giving me, it's not giving me.
Oh, yeah, do it. Let's see. We are watching you. Let's see where the error could be.
Yeah. So now, okay.
You have not executed that first one. You can see that the square bracket has not read the value. It means that cell has not been executed. Run it very well. Wait, hold on. Now you have an error. Now let's go to the key error and debug. Let's go down. Go down to the last. Now it tells you that income. Now the income, the I is spelled capital letter, not small letter. Check your data. Check your data. The head, check it, you find out that the I is capital letter.
Okay. All right. It's still okay. Capital letter. Okay.
Run it again. Run it. Let's see. Have you run it? Yeah.
Yes.
I think call the name of the cost of two underscore data. You should be able to see it now.
Oh, just hold on. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so now.
All right. So
sorry. Hold on, sir. Hold on. If you see this one now, this one that I use this process, is in small letter. The I is in small letter.
And it calls it out.
Yeah, it did call it out.
Yes, that
So
is
what's the
the function forgive you there. You know, at times when your child make mistake, you overlook. The function, that particular dot was intelligent enough to have corrected you or to assume what you want. But using the square, so there are different level of AI. That is what is playing out, sir.
okay. That's it's clear. That's what I wanted you to explain.
Do you
Right.
understand what I said?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So okay, thank you. All right, so I believe we are all good. We are all good.
But we are not too. Hello, sir.
I must see your own screen now. That one is sure. I know. That
No,
one.
no, I've been trying, but I don't know where the issue is. It's not that.
Oh yeah, share your screen then. Share. Let me see.
Can you see it?
Yes. Okay. So the error is not defined. Sub underscore not defined. Now look at what you did there. Your own is the name is sub one, and you are calling sub without putting one. That is your mistake. Have you seen it? Add
Yeah,
one. Oh yeah, run it. Let's see. Run it. Let's see. Perfect.
confirm. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, so let's proceed. So I was talking about data addition. So here we are bringing in another concept, because one thing about Python, one thing that makes Python to stand out over other tools is that the availability of so many libraries, functions. So if one thing is not done with one, you can shift to the other. So it's the same joining two data sets, but we are focusing on another function. We are focusing on using what we call dot join. So let me use comment addition of data. Sorry, addition of data using data. Sorry, the D is capital letter. Data, the F is capital letter. Dot join. Dot join. So this is the concept. So at the end of the training, you'll be the one to decide which one syntax is easier for you. So what is the task? The same, those two data sets that we concatenated. We want to use the data frame dot join concept to achieve the same thing. So using the same data set or data set we have created. So what we are going to quickly do here is I'm going to start by creating a new data object and then store this one inside it. The other one was final, so I will say final2 equals to final2 equals to I will call the function, which is the data frame. That remember that is case sensitive. The D is capital letter, the F is capital letter. So we are concatenating this with join function. So the main function we are using here is join. So that one is just to complement it. Then after that, we are not using square bracket to call the two data sets, and we are not saying as this equals to 1 or not. So that is the difference. So, but the only thing is that if you are going to exclude those things, you have to bring in data frame. So I'll just call the two data set. The first one is sub what? Custom, in my own case, comma. The second one is sub 2. So I will just run it. So accepted. To see the join data, I'll simply call final2 and then run it. So you can see. So I want to ask us, which one do you think is faster? I believe this one code is easier to understand. But which one do you think is better?
Yes.
Good. So this one is
I think this last one.
good. So this is an alternative. It's either you use concat or you use data frame dot join. But mind you, the data frame should be spelled well. The D should be capital letter and the F should be capital letter. So let's quickly look at another. Let's look at data sorting. How do we sort data in Python? Data.
Sorry, hold on, sir. Can you hold on? Let me write that thing properly. Can you scroll down a little bit, sir?
Okay, I will do that. Let me do that. Here, right? No.
Yes.
Is it here actually? Okay, yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Quickly.
Yes. All right. Thank you. You can continue, please.
Can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So we are looking at another topic, which is data sorting. So there are also a lot of analysis questions you can answer just by sorting your data. Data sorting that we have already learned is simply reordering. That is what? Rearranging your data, either in ascending order or descending order. For example, if I'm given this custom data, and I'm asked to arrange this age value in ascending order or descending order, so that when I'm asked question like who has the highest age or who is the older or oldest person or customer within this data, because I have sorted the data by age, it will be easier for me to understand. Or if we want to know the highest income generated, if I've also sorted the entire income value in descending order, I can easily factor that out. I'm only trying to cite different scenario where you can use some of these things to answer analysis questions swiftly. So that is when you will need data sorting. All right. So here we are using a function. Which is called sort underscore value. So let me write it here. So the task is sort the sales inventory by, let's say, by age. So age is not the criteria for your sorting. So the syntax we are using, which function are we using? Using dot sort underscore values, and the open brackets by, that is where you are going to define the criteria, and then by the index. I'm going to interpret this by index, and then comma, and then we'll use another attribute, let's say ascending equals to Boolean value, which could be either false or true. I'm going to break this down as we proceed with the application. So just to explain briefly, this is the function. From here to here is the function. This by is an attribute which we are using to specify the header or to specify the criteria for the sorting. In this case is age. Why this ascending is a constant regulatory feature or attribute that is used to choose whether ascending or ascending. So you will not change here to descending because you want to sort descending. It must be that ascending, where you define whether the data set will be sorted ascending or descending, is where you say false or true. So one of them is ascending, one of them is descending. So let's quickly, from the practical, we will confirm which one. So now this is the data set we want to sort, and I'm going to sort by age. So for that reason, I have to create a different data set, different from the one that is not sorted. So I could just use a name, sorted, let's say what, data, and then equals to. So once you have done that, the next step is for you to call the data set itself that you want to sort. In this case, it's custom. It's custom. Then concatenate it with the function sort underscore values. Underscore what? Value. Now, open the bracket. So the next thing is for you to put the by inside and then equals to. Put the by inside and equals to. Then that equals to, you have to select, use the square bracket to select the criteria in the data that will be used for the sorting, which is what? Age. Age is a string, so I'll put it in quote. I'll type it just the way it is in the data set. Don't forget, Python is case sensitive. So once you have done that, like I said, you come outside this criteria selection, and then you type that ascending, which I said is a constant used for regulating whether regulating the order, which could be Boolean value. So after this, I will also call this, and then the first should be capital letter, please. If it is true, the T should also be capital letter. So if I run this code now, the entire data set is sorted based on age. Now let's see the data set by just calling the data object name, which is what? Sorted data. So if I run it, you see that what? Now the focus will now be on age. So check the values you have under age. You will agree with me that what? They are sorted what? This is descending. So just write it down. False is what? Descending. While true is ascending. Now, if I change here to true now, just for us to understand it, so I still want to maintain this. So let me just copy this and then go to the next cell and just change to true so that we can understand it. So if I come here and type true and run it, so you see what has happened here. So you see that this have confirmed that true is what? Ascending, while false is what? Descending. So let's take note of that. Any question? Any question before I move to the next topic? Any question?
Yes.
Question? Do we have questions, sir? Ma?
No,
Okay, so everything is clear?
no, no question, but can you go through it again? So our emphasis, we are sorting the inventory by age. So like I can see now, because Salani and the number 5 and number 6, they are of the same age. So the program decide which one come first.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So let's quickly look at the next topic. So the next topic is data analysis. So here is this selection, but we are selecting with Python inbuilt functions. So these are actually functions that are designed for the what we are doing since. Yes, we are using logic. So, but we have another superior function that Python can use to select your data. That's right, data analysis or selection or filtering with Python built-in function. Functions. So what are the functions? We have log and ilog. Log and ilog. They are not acronym. That is, there's nowhere you find their full meaning. They are just known for that. So just for us to understand the function, what are they used for? So we are going to look at the definition. I'll start with the log. Log. I'm starting with what? Log. Log function. Log function. So how do we define this? The log function or method is a label-based approach that allows the selection of rows and columns. I said what? A label-based method that allow the selection of data rows and columns. All right, so instead of us selecting just like the way we have been selecting, we can use this set of functions. Now, when we say label-based, let me show us what it means. So if I just call out this particular data, what it means by label-based is your feature, your header. You can see that this header, they are label-based. They are text, name, age. So where you use the header names to select your data, it is called log method. It is called log, or you use log function. That is what we are simply saying. So let me quickly look at the example of it before we bring in the ilog. So for instance, we want to select, let's say we are given this start from a custom data, comma, select, we are selecting followers. Select followers. That is a task using log method, not the logic, not the square bracket that I've taught us. Using, because this is another way, using log method. If you are mandated, you should use log method. So the syntax is going to be the name of that data set, which is the custom, and then dot the log, and then you open the bracket. So the constant here is column and then comma. That one is fixed. It must be there like that. Then after that, the next thing is that you use the string method. You call the header the way it is. So followers. So if I run it now, you see that what? It says syntax error. Where is the syntax error? So let me close this gap. Syntax error, log, I think, I hope the command is still updated because this is the function. Check. Let's see. Okay, that's error. No, believe something is wrong for my notebook. Somebody should try it over there and get back to me because that is the syntax. I hope there's no updates in Python library. Somebody should try it and let me know. Okay, I think I've seen my error. So my error is the bracket I'm using, So I'm supposed to use selection brackets. This is the bracket I'm supposed to use. Control X, and then bring it is Control V. All right, so you can see that with this, I've been able to call all the values in that particular. So if I do, let's try something. Do reset underscore index. Sorry, underscore index. So why did I have to put that? Because initially when I called it, I wasn't seeing the follower as a header. So it simply just called out the values. But I needed to see the header itself. That's why I added this. Although that generated what? Another series. But at least I'm able to what? To see the header. Any question? Do we have any
No.
question? Any question? The next few minutes, just give a trial. Then you share your screen for me to see. I hope we are trying.
Yes.
Okay. Can somebody share his screen so that I can see what is going on? One of you can share your screen. Let me see what is going on there.
Data, you have the other one. So you want to join both of them. You have to do the concatenation. So that is what is happening here.
Okay. Okay, but you didn't write your own question, right?
No, I didn't write it. I just went ahead. So because you are
Okay.
joining,
Yeah, no
so
problem.
this
Thank
is
you,
the
sir.
concatenation. Are you okay? Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, good, right?
Yes,
Let
but
us see her screen.
I
Let's see
didn't quite
what's going
copy.
on.
Sorry. Before she show her screen, where we did the other first one, this one, I want to see the way it are putted in your own.
Okay.
Where we did the sorting, yes, where we use force and the boolean this thing. Can you? I will stop sharing. Let me see how it are putted on your own.
Okay. Can you see
Yeah.
my
Can you
screen?
go up? Yes, I can see your screen, but just go up. This is not the one I want to see.
Okay, up.
The operation before this one. Yes.
Is it?
Yes. Yes, this is what I want to see. Thank you.
Let her share her screen. Let's see what she have done also.
I have not done much. It just, I didn't have all the question. It's no.
See share now. Let's see what you are doing.
I'm still far.
Which one are you doing? I thought when you share your screen the other time, you were doing what we are doing today.